pal. We do not trust you.
Okay, I won't destroy Leonios, okay, I promise.
How to destroy a one-shot. Neurons activated.
I
So
can
that
hear myself
was...
on the stream. Holy shit. Let me mute.
They're saying they're getting backstage passes right now. Who's on that VIP list? Yeah,
What?
they say they can hear us. No, someone in your chat said we can
Oh
hear you.
yeah, Discord is or slash was
Oh, figured it out. Okay, sweet. Hey, thank you very much for your patience there. Hello, everyone. This is Matt, your chaotic and writer, and thank you for attending another Dungeons & Dragons session with me and the crew. It is Tales of SEGLESIA, Session 21, Fragments of Destiny. And tonight, we are going to be experiencing the next chapter, the up and coming of the righteous sacrifice, as is with every week. However, very important things are about to present themselves. Certain seeds that have been planted are about to bloom. Those flowers open up and pollinate. That is to say, to open themselves up and for the bees to come and to exchange and to pollinate the other flowers so that there's more blooming. For the most part, I've gone through a lot of the new stuff with you since last week. However, it wouldn't be bad for me to do a super quick refresher on one thing in particular, and that is my channel point system. If you are familiar with my channel point system, then of course you may notice that the pricings for some of those channel points redemptions are a little different. If you're not familiar with my channel point system, there are ways for you, the viewer, to interact with this stream and with the campaign by way of some of the options listed here if you have sufficient enough channel points. In particular, I would love to see a lot more people use the cheer a roleplay option, because, you know, if somebody in particular, if it's myself or if it's one of the fabulous players in tonight's session, if they manage to go above and beyond, if they make you laugh, if they make you feel, if they make you say, what the fuck? Sometimes that's a response. If they make you feel anything, please fire up that cheer a roleplay moment channel point redemption option. So that's another quick refresher available to y'all from yours truly. An additional thing that I want to point out really quick is, I don't know if you can notice it, but in my microphone, you can hear a whole bunch of commotion. I will repeat the story as I chat with my fellow players. Let's bring them in. Let's have a good opening discussion. Hello, hello,
Fill
hello.
my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. Oh, welcome back, Matt.
You are all I long,
All I long for, all I worship and adore.
In other words, let's
Please.
play Dungeons and Dragons.
In other
Roby
words,
reaches out and
other
smacks
words.
the DM.
DM hurt me. Doom.
Lose 5 hit points. Anyhow, hello, hello, hello. As you can see, my friends, my Romans, my countrymen, tonight's esteemed players are Phoenix V playing as Orgoth.
Hello.
Larpstrong Carter playing as Roby.
That is me.
Black Man Inc. playing as Scoop. We'll get back to Scoop. We have Ambrose playing as Zug.
So many reckless attacks.
There's gonna be so many. And then we got Dr. Squiggums playing as Winveer.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. Anyhow, as we are getting through going halfway through April, there is still dreary weather across the northern hemisphere. However, more warm days are ahead of us. But like I'm saying, northern hemisphere is in when I take a look outside, personally. But with the changing of seasons, does anybody have any particular plans set for them for this upcoming season, whether that be spring or fall? I know, very, very broad question. But I'm hoping that at least one of you could share if you have any particular plans for the upcoming season. For instance, hey, I, for instance, am going to be attending a 100-mile garage sale marathon festival thing, which is like in southern Minnesota. So that's one thing that's on my to-do list. And on top of that, I will be doing a lot more hiking on the Wisconsin side of things because there are some spots in Wisconsin I have not checked out yet. How about you? Any particular thing that you're hoping to do in this next season?
Honestly, I have very ambitious plans of acquiring, as some say, a VR device and staying inside a virtual world, being an absolute degenerate.
You did recently pick up a Quest 2, did you not?
I will pick up.
You will be
pick it
picking.
up.
Yeah, that's right. You will be
Yes.
picking up. Hey, fun stuff. I do love myself some Robo Recall. I've not played Boneworks yet, but that is going to be on the roster. And Squigs, any particular plans upcoming? Wow, silent treatment. How does that make me feel as a dungeon master?
I got
He's
nothing.
gonna kill all of us.
I just play by ear.
So, anything in particular that you do when you play by ear?
Nope, I figure out where the wind blows me.
All right. Well, speaking about wind, all that commotion outside. Earlier today, I was sitting here at my desk, and I was just kind of working, setting some stuff up on Foundry, trying to figure out some logistics for the stream tonight, and I hear a crack, rumble, 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 smash, and it literally shakes the floor. And I take a look outside, and it turns out the massive oak tree that existed next door fell the fuck over because of how windy it is today. It fell over on top of 5 cars. Nobody was hurt, but a lot of people are upset. And what you hear outside right now are chainsaws. So that's why there's so much commotion in my microphone.
I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, I don't hear anything.
It's probably background noise at this point. I don't know. I can
Just
hear it
a
distinctly.
little tiny bit, but it's not invasive.
It's going rum, 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 rum. What about you, Carter? Got any plans
For the season,
for the season?
well, being that I just moved back to Florida, we don't have seasons here.
Oh yeah.
So it's summer all year round. So definitely gonna make sure to swim, get some sun.
What side of Florida is it? West side, Florida,
North.
east side. Oh, so it's
Well,
north.
It's Jacksonville. It's North Florida.
Gotcha. I have been to either side, but I've not been to Jacksonville.
Yeah, it's awesome. You should totally never come here. I mean, come here. No, it's good. It's just like any other place. Random shit to do that if you've never been. Once you've been there too long, nothing to do.
Absolutely. Phoenix V. Any particular plans for this upcoming season?
Nope, nothing in mind.
Nothing. Wow. That is A-okay. When you have D&D, what else do you need to do? Truly, truly.
Facts.
True.
And, yo, Sean. Are you there, buddy?
Yeah, I was. My sound was going through voice mod before, and voice mod isn't active, so.
Oh, I've had so many problems with voice mod over the past couple weeks in different capacities, and it breaks everything when things
Yeah,
are going
you
on.
know the struggle.
Yeah, yeah. Any particular plans for this upcoming season?
Not really this season, but I guess jumping a little bit ahead. Well, maybe it would be this season. I'm probably gonna start dipping my toes into buying a house. So going
Hell
through the
yeah.
process of learning what
Nice.
needs to be done and stuff like that. So that's gonna be a grand undertaking.
I hear going through the whole open house process and like just prowling around through houses that aren't yours is fun. Just being like,
I'm not looking forward to it.
not looking forward to it.
Not at all.
I've been to too many in my life.
All right, to each their own. I know at some point that's going to be on my agenda, but I am here, as we all are here, and we are here to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Is everybody ready to begin tonight's session?
Yes.
Just very matter of fact.
Foundry shows me at level 0 again.
I'm super ready, but Foundry's not letting me in.
Oh, you are actually level 0. Well,
D-leveled.
you got D-leveled. Let's check you out right quick and see what is going on. I might have to re-import you, buddy.
Alright.
If you can re-import Zug, that would be amazing because I just attuned him to the tattoo.
On D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
It says level 6 for me, Mr. Orgoth. Let's go ahead and...
That's a 6 for me as well.
One thing in particular that I do want to mention before we get started, a particular item was picked up last session. I did not really give details, but it's very straightforward. Essentially, Mr. Orgoth has picked up a +1 battle axe. I believe it was Orgoth.
Yep, I picked it.
And this +1 battle axe has has darkened steel, a black handle, and an engraving of, or a carving of a skull on the tip of that handle, and it is called the Graven Edge. So I'm gonna throw that on your character sheet real quick so that you have it available. Let me know if you need to throw it onto somebody else's character sheet if somebody else wants it. But there you go. So, I'd like to give everybody the proper introduction that I do every week. However, we have some unfinished business, baby. So, in order to make sure that we tap into this proper, this intro proper to where we're at in the setting, I'm gonna need y'all to stand by.
Oh my god.
What's funny is that it's not actually playing on my end. There we go. Now it's playing. Ha ha! You know what time it is, my friends. Time to roll that filter, because it is another session of Dungeons and Dragons, brought to you by yours truly, Chaotic and Writer, but more notably, your esteemed NPC, your Explorer from Zandora, your cyberpunk queen, Roxy Righteous, baby. As we bring it back to another tale of SEGLESIA. And you know what it is, these Righteous Sacrifice party members. They gotta get down one way or another. And so, as a quick recap of last session, we had ourselves a 3-month extravaganza of downtime. But within that downtime, we made some connections, we built ourselves up as characters, and we uncovered some truths about the present and future of the city of SEGLESIA. Amongst those adventures, we had Roby, who was able to uncover very critical pieces of their history. But with each question answered, more questions come out of the woodwork. And at this point in time for Roby, he is forced to seek an individual. His name is Jin, and he is an archmage. And it is possible that someone in the Vanguard knows of his whereabouts. We also had Winveer, who, through his own exploits, was able to provide critical intel to House Tibalta and uncover critical intel from House Tibalta concerning infestations of intellect devourers here in the city. In addition, we had Zug, who was able to perform righteous training and take his pride for Mogus to the next level by finding a shrine to Iroas and desecrating it in the only way that he knows how. Orgoth, our esteemed red orc, managed to find himself having completed the training of his compatriot, of his student, of his pupil. And now, that student is about to enter the fold alongside the Righteous Sacrifice. And then we had Scoop. Scoop, in particular, was seeking a way to make gain some extra resources from a key to a now decimated mansion. And from the resources obtained, was able to plot down a couple of very important magical tattoos upon a couple of his compatriots. That is to say, I believe one of them succeeded and the other one did not. However, if I'm correct. However, he was able to take this time to train upon his skills and put down a tattoo upon his compatriot Zug, who now has the ability of the Eldritch Claw. And so, altogether, our esteemed Righteous Sacrifice was able to get quite a few items done within those 3 months of downtime. In addition to, certain things happening in the background for SEGLESIA. The Civil War kicking off to the next level. Not to mention the huge question of the source of these intellect devourers and the infestation that seems to be dotting the map here and there. But we have one piece of unfinished business, as when we had left off last time, Roxy Righteous had laid down a folder, a manila envelope, upon her desk. That is me, baby. And Roxy was able to tell the Righteous Sacrifice that Ahi Waggletop, the Tinkerer Extraordinaire, had an incredibly important dirigible stolen from her. This dirigible was relocated by its thieves, by its burglars, to Thorntown, north of SEGLESIA. And so, our esteemed Righteous Sacrifice manages to trek north to the location of where the dirigible was smuggled off to, based upon intel that has come in from the community. But hold on a moment. Hold on. I got stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Listen. I'm Roxy Righteous. Thing is, I could do skill challenges till the cows come home. And that's exactly what this entire interface is about, baby. Anytime our characters get into a epic skill challenge, I'm here to coach them and to cheer them on. But I'm feeling something a little bit different today. Have you ever heard of a little thing called in media res? It means in the midst of things. And so, what better way to bring our esteemed righteous sacrifice into the fold than by way of throwing them into the middle of the scene? We're gonna go full Avengers Age of Ultron, my friends, and we are going to start and kick off with the action. So let us begin. And soon, my friends, I will need all of you to roll initiative.
That's a lot of skeletons.
If you say so.
Oh my god, I don't see anything. Try to clear my...
But all y'all out there are probably wondering what they are seeing. Allow me to show you.
Got some high initiatives.
Yeah,
Can somebody roll for me, please?
I got that for you, buddy.
Is that coming up for you? No.
I'm eternally at the anvil. I'm trying to clear the cache right now.
I might as well take these off so I can see proper. Excellent. So, I mean, what better way to start a session than with just a flat out roll for initiative, right? So, at the top of that order, we have Orgoth, followed by Scoop, and then it's Windveer Pendragon, then it's Roby, HB 266-2, then it is Zug, and then it is your opponents. However, before we begin the battle proper, you all find yourself upon the dirigible. Not too long after it has taken off, as you were able to successfully locate the very specific warehouse where it was being stored, and just before it left port on its way to its destination, you were able to smuggle yourselves on board. And in the moment that everybody realizes that you've made your way to the deck, you have now found yourself hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet in the air and rising higher, heading south into the city of SEGLESIA. And as you do, you notice a particular individual on this dirigible who is decked out in thick armor, a helmet with antlers upon it, and red glowing eyes. Right next to this individual is an assortment of many different masked men and of skeletons. And then behind them, you notice somebody who looks somewhere between a lich and a warlock. Some sort of variant of undead nature brought back to life, of some prominent magical prowess. And you hear from the main individual, from the one in the armor, as he says, Well, you've made your way onto the wrong airship, friends. I am Kaiser Zane, the last champion of the Brotherhood of Ascension. As the person next to him says, yes. And I am Brinewood the Lich. This will be a battle of the ages. Indeed. It is time. Soon, everyone, including yourselves, will die a terrible death, as this airship is en route to the Temple of Divinity. And if it reaches the temple, many people will die, as this vessel is filled with barrels of noxious chemicals. It is time for me to give you a crash course in pain. And we go to battle. We begin with Orgoth.
Oh boy. Well, Orgoth will take his dagger, make a small cut, inflict the blood for a cloud of daggers.
All right, where are you laying this cloud of daggers, my friend?
And then just need to cast a spell. Over here.
All right, so if you choose Cloud of Daggers, it'll let you place it down, and then go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll that damage. Cloud of Daggers, and you placed it. Just right there. That 5 spinning dagger in a cube, 5 feet on each side. So that's the only one that gets affected. Okay.
Yep.
Skeleton lumbers forward, but is met swiftly and quickly with a cloud of bloodied blades cutting into its bones and tearing apart its rotten, dripping flesh. And it has lost an arm and a leg. It is now hopping on one leg, my friend.
Orgoth will just look at it and then turn to Zog and go, I think you should take the big guy.
Oh yeah, so go fuck him up real bad.
All right. Is that the end of your turn,
that's
my
it.
friend?
That's it for my turn.
Okay. We're going to move it forward to Scoop.
Question. This stuff on like the left and right, I'm guessing like how it's kind of flying. Can you walk on that? First question.
Difficult terrain, but yes.
Okay, is it like a drop, like going from over the edge to down on that at all?
Because those are balloons, I would not say that any drop. It's not going to be a significant drop. It'll be 10 feet. In order to get back up, you would need to climb the straps or climb the side saddle.
Okay, I was just.
So that
just
means you
curious.
can't attack from there.
I was just curious in case I had to run away for whatever reason. And then lastly, Cloud of Daggers. Can I walk like next to it, like because it's 5 feet from where it's casted? But if I
Right.
walk within
So
5
I
feet,
presume. Well, so the idea with it is, when you enter the spell's area for the first time, I would presume the thing is that I think it's important next time, Orgoth, for you to designate the full 10 10-foot block, even if it's just one.
Yeah.
But I'm going to presume, just for the time being, it's something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious if I could even walk up to it or not. That works for me. Okay. Scoop is going to. Where's the measuring? Will it's not work? Okay, whatever. Scoop is going to move here. You're going to hear him he's basically picking his nose at the start of this guy's speech and kind of like flicks a booger down and realizes, oh shit, I'm in trouble. And he's going to take his sword and sort of, as he runs up, dragging it on the boat, he's going to attack this skeleton here.
All right, in which case, go forward and make your strikes. So that is 9, and while skeletons are lanky and quite susceptible, 9 is not gonna quite do it, unfortunately.
Okay. He after he misses, I guess he'll sort of shake his hair as the dagger sort of falls out, and he'll make an offhand attack on this guy with the dagger.
All right. This would be a good opportunity for me to ask my chatters out there, those available watching the stream who are willing to voice, how is the nice. How is the music to microphone ratio? And let me know if it needs to be any higher or any lower. Dealing 8 damage. With your
a little less, so I don't get the 3 damage because it's my offhand attack. But I do get sneak attack on this.
Oh, gotcha. So it's 5 plus yours.
What is my sneak now? Okay.
Yeah.
It's a punt to the pelvis.
It's 6d6s. I just didn't know what it was now.
Oh no.
As like the dagger starts to hit him, Scoop is going to sort of trip him as he falls for like his sneak attack, bursting this bag of bones literally into a bag of bones.
So you're literally gonna make him into a bag of bones. He's basically just gonna topple.
As his sneak attack, I'm just flavoring it as he basically trips him.
Well, I mean, what I'm going to tell you is this is a killing blow. Tell me if that's what it looks like, then that's what it looks like.
That's exactly what it looks like. He trips him, and as he falls,
all right,
it just turns into a bunch of bones that scatter everywhere.
Gotcha. And as you trip this skeleton, he falls to the ground, or they fall to the ground, and almost with the sound of pins being hit with a bowling ball, all of its bones scatter across the deck as it perishes. Good work. Is there anything else you wish to do? That was a pretty hefty strike with your dagger.
Scoop then takes his dagger, finishes picking his nose, and takes a step back, and that's his turn.
All right. In which case, we move it forward, and we're going to bring it onward to Windveer Pendragon.
All right. I'm gonna see is that yeah, I can reach any one of them. Okay. So I'm going to do is just see the masked cultist right over there, thinking Zod can handle the big guy himself. Skeletons, everybody else can handle as well. And he is going to look directly into this cultist's eyes. I don't know if he is a cultist or not. I don't know. Looks like a cultist from Rise of the Dragon Horde that is sponsored by D&D Beyond. Anywho.
That is a Brotherhood of Ascension occultist. Cultist, right. Yes.
So I'm going to do is just say screw him, and I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level at him.
All right.
Roll that saving throw.
Wisdom. All right.
I've tried this before. I hope.
Wow.
Please, for the love that is all holy, do not get all ones like last time. I'll take it.
Well, that is 16 damage, my friend. And as you pierce into his mind with your dissonant whispers, tell me what it looks like.
Ooh. As I essentially just look into his mind, he just hears say what would be a good language for this? He hears in pure celestial. Run. As realizing it's like an angel yelling in the back of his mind in such a graceful and yet terrifying presence, it just completely shatters his brain. He's dead.
As this pierces into his mind, you see bleeding coming from both of his eye holes and from his mouth as he begins to choke on the air itself and collapses upon the ground, dead. And that is the end of that one.
As a bonus action, I'm going to give one of my bardic inspirations to I'm gonna give one to Roby.
All right. By the way, how does somebody like Winvier do inspiration?
He carries a pocket flute. There's like a and then just puts it back.
I can imagine like old school Willy Wonka, just taking out the little flute and then just playing a tune really quick.
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of like that. Performance is mostly with his violin. He carries the flute mostly for work purposes.
All right. In which case, hey, please go ahead and gain a bardic inspiration, my friend. And is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of turn, which is a D8 for you, Roby.
All right. So, Roby, you have bardic inspiration and you have initiative.
Look, I just want to clarify something. So it's obvious that every one of these things here are undead.
Not quite.
Well, except for the three guys, right?
The thing is that you can definitely tell the skeletons are undead. You can tell that these three guys, from a distance, you might not be able to tell because they're wearing masks, but they are not lanky, animated bones. They are nimble with human-like motion. As for the individual in the middle, you're not sure. As for the Deathlock, the Deathlock seems pretty dead to you.
Okay. All right, cool. That's all. I just want to make sure. So I would like to. I'd like to initiate a spiritual weapon, and I'd like to put it right here.
Spiritual weapon right there. All right, I can. I ought to be able to do that one.
I wish the spell would allow you to drop one. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I wish it would too. But I think the best way to do this, I had a ghost Roby. Trying to see if I can find your ghost Roby. If I can't, then I'll just use whatever icon.
All right, so basically I do that.
All right. It was right there.
Yeah, right here.
Right there.
And I'm attacking this one here with it. 25 to hit, 8 bits of bludgeoning damage.
That will.
Force.
That will hit.
8 force damage.
I mean force, not bludgeoning. Yeah, force. And I would like to then wielding Senior Bing Bong. I'd like to make an attack towards Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
I'd like to make an attack towards the one in front of me. 21 to hit.
Well, 21 to hit is going to be considerable. Let's see. That is a bludgeoning weapon, and that is 5 damage. So that, because they are vulnerable to it, that it will be 10 damage.
Okay. And then basically this is how I envision this. Roby, basically as he's running up, you see the nanobot shadow image of himself just forcefully like jut out and like dash towards the creature in front of him. And at the same, simultaneously as he's attacking the creature in front of him, the spiritual weapon is attacking the other one, both colliding. And you will see as Roby then he continues spinning to make a where's it at? An action surge.
Okay.
To attack a final time. And I'll again attack with the Bing Bong. With and I'm gonna. Do you do it? You have to roll Bardic Inspiration before or after? Like, do I have to initiate it when I'm attacking, or?
I mean, it's typically supposed to be done before. I've waffled.
Yeah, because
so
I can't remember what the book says. I think it's you could do it after the attack, but before knowing if it hits, right?
Let me have you decide after for this time, and then let me check really quick.
Okay, so didn't need it. Wait, did it come through? Yeah.
Yep. The creature can wait till after it rolls the d20 before deciding to use it. Yep.
Okay. So 22 to hit. This time with 6 points of damage again on that same guy.
What does that look like, bud?
Yeah. So you know, for those who have watched Roby doesn't oftentimes attack, and when he does, he's typically it's just one attack. But you kind of see as he just the momentum continues, and he plants and pivots to just shatter the skull of this creature down to the sternum.
Excellent.
And then he'll just kind of plant there, shield out in a defensive posture. Abominations, you all must go. Run now. Do not make me force you.
As soon as the end of the flail that is named Bing Bong strikes into the bony boy, all of the bones appear to completely disconnect at once and fly across pretty much every direction around the deck. You have bones flying up in the air, bones flying back at your friends, bones flying at other bony boys, and at the end of the day, you are down one more skeleton. All right, and is that going to be your turn?
Yeah, after the little mini speech, that's it.
All right. Fantastic. And then, of course, we have Zug.
Oh god, I was at 99% literally until just now. Okay, so Zug is going to... This is the biggest person around, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest one around, yeah.
Yep. As my bonus action, I would like to rage, and I shall pick up the wind element. You can see the wind start swirling around Zug, and Zug just Naruto runs, circling the cloud of daggers previously put on. So he's going to come over here,
All right.
over here, and he's going to look at the big guy and say,
Oh, Zug gonna fuck you up so bad.
and Zug will dish out his first unarmed strike
Uh-huh.
as a. Hold up, I can't seem to be able to open my character sheet just yet. Probably loading still.
Okay.
No. It's transparent, but I can do it. So dishing out a haymaker recklessly because Zug doesn't do anything else but that. 23 to hit.
All right. Now, typically that would hit, except he uses his reaction to parry your first blow, increasing his AC and blocking your 23.
Fuck. Okay, Zug's clearly mad at this, so he's going to jump up and headbutt him as his extra attack. Recklessly again. Hold up, let me see if this is working. Yep. Oh, yeah, did it twice. 20 to hit.
All right. 20 is going to hit.
Okay. I will roll damage. $10 damage.
All right. That is going to be 10 damage.
And that's my turn. Yeah.
Excellent. In which case, you have done the first blow to Kaiser Zane, the last champion of the Brotherhood. And it is now the enemy's turn. Off to the side, you see Brinewood as he takes his quirks. He takes his fingers and he starts sniffing them, and he's like, I must say, it has not been long that I have been in this past life state, and I am already enjoying the delightful scent of rot. And Kaiser glances over to him really quick and he says, Brinewood, stop sniffing your fingers. That's gross. And so what he ends up doing is he looks over to you, Zug, and he is going to cast down a Searing Smite at level 1. Or he's gonna cast down a Searing Smite, and then he's gonna make a versatile longsword attack, and that is gonna hit for a 23.
Okay,
the other
23
one.
definitely hits. Let me do the saving throw. 23 back at you. So
The spell ends. All right, so the spell ends. Does not take effect. However, he's gonna deal 15 damage to you with the one sword strike.
it's purely slashing damage, correct?
It is slashing damage.
So it's 8 damage.
So it is 8 damage. Gotcha.
Or I am raging.
For you are raging. He's gonna take his second attack. That's gonna be 12 and not hit. So that's gonna be
Yep. That
the
doesn't
first
hit.
turn of Kaiser Zane. Then we're gonna see some of these cultists move forward. One of them is gonna run up on you and try to slash you down with a scimitar. Oh, that is a critical.
Oh, that hurts.
That does hoit for 10 damage, which ends up becoming 5 damage.
Yes.
And then, of course, we have one of these Brotherhood of Ascension cultists run up, and they're going to run up directly upon Scoop, and they are going to take their attack attempts. 13, does that hit?
That misses. As you see Scoop kind of just do a split to dodge the attack.
All right. Let's see. This skeleton can't quite identify where the spell came from, so they are going to roll a quick d4 and determine from there who they're going to attack. They're going to step. Oh, they're going to step this way.
Doesn't that one take damage again from Clouded Daggers?
At the end of its turn? Question mark. Pretty sure.
Yeah,
When it
it should
starts
be at the
its
end of
turn.
its turn.
Yeah. Otherwise,
Start.
yeah.
No, it says when it enters the spell for the first time
Yep,
or starts its turn.
Cloud of Daggers
Right?
starting a storm. Cloud of Daggers. Enters the spell the first time on a turn, or it starts its turn there. That or is kind of a suspect, sort of suspect. So honestly, I think, roll your damage, but I'm pretty sure it's going to die.
All right.
Yeah, because otherwise I would have moved one step closer because I assumed it was going to die.
All right. No more need. It only had 1 hit point. All right. So let's see. This badly injured skeleton, therefore, is locked in right next to Zug. So they're going to step down here, and they are going to try to take an attack on you, Zug.
Yes.
17 hit.
That hits.
All right.
I
And
need to
that
buy shields.
is going to be 5, reduced by 2.
3 damage.
3 damage. So, everybody make sure to update your own hit points as these attacks are laid down. Then, of course, we have this Brotherhood of Ascension cultist is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, let me check something really quick. Short. That's the thing. Okay. He's going to take out a short bow. And he is going to aim it at... Let's see, let's roll a d4, see who he does. Oh, that's going to be you, Scoop. Oh, that's going to be a crit, Scoop.
Oh, no.
Ooh, what's up with those?
What's up with the cultists and their crits?
As
did
that
I-
attack does come at Scoop,
Oh, that
'cause
is,
he's doing a
that was
doing a split. He will sidestep some of that damage and uncanny dodge to take half damage.
Okay, so half damage would be 7. I ended up hitting normal instead of critical. So 7 plus 7 divided by 2 is just going to be 7 damage.
Wouldn't it be 6 damage in total? Because you wouldn't have gotten the +1, so it'd been you're max damage on both. So it'd be
Yeah.
7 plus 6. For 13 and a half would be 6, rounded down. Because you wouldn't get the +1 from the second d6 +1 for the crit.
Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. Yep.
Alright,
so,
just want to make sure.
yep,
Okay.
it'd be 6 damage. All right, and then it is going to be Brian Wood's turn, and Brian Wood is going to be like, let's see what magical terror I can summon. Ooh, this is a good one. How about a bit of that hunger? And he's going to cast Hunger of Hadar. For some reason, it's not letting me cast it. Pack slot, that's what I want. And he is going to cast that Hunger of Hadar right here. Hunger of Hadar You open a gateway to the dark between the stars, region infested with unknown horrors. A 20-foot radius sphere, blackened and bitter cold, appears centered on a point within a range lasting for the duration. This void is filled with a cacophony of soft whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet. Void creates warp in the fabric. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage, of which I will roll the damage for. Any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed a dexterity saving throw. So the first is automatic. So Dex does not succeed or fail the first one. It's if you end up staying in the area. So that is going to be 6 damage to everybody in that sphere, except for Zug, because Zug is not in that sphere.
But just to clarify, that's when we start our turn. So if someone goes over there and like busts the shit out of him, we won't take it because if he loses concentration, right?
Any creature that starts its turn in the area. Yeah, you're correct. He is currently concentrating. So if you were to knock him out of his concentration, then that would undo the spell. So and that's going to make it for their turn, and we start with Orgoth. So Orgoth, since you start, you take an automatic 6. And you may want to move out of that circle.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'll also do my bonus action for blade singing.
Bonus action for blade singing. Who is Hadar and why are they so hungry? I also would like to know.
Now my AC is like, what, 19? Because of the tattoo as well? This blade song gives me a +4 AC.
Sure. So if anybody strikes you with an attack, then that will be beneficial. Won't necessarily save you on the saving throw.
I get an extra 10 feet as well, but can I move out of the circle already, or?
Yes, you can.
All right, that's what I'll do. Do I know who's casting the spell?
Yep. Brian Wood is making a point.
Well, time for Chromatic Orb at 3rd level. It'll be fire damage.
All right. In which case, go forth.
I'm not sure that rolled. Nope. Ah, crap. Yeah, because I'm trying to.
And that becomes a total of 20 fire damage. So, in which case,
but I'm supposed to do the. Oh yeah, I got.
Isn't that an
I hit
attack?
with 13. Roll a 13, I think.
how did it come up to a 20?
No, that's to attack. He has to roll for it to hit. Does 20 hit him?
20.
Yeah, does 20 hit?
20 does hit him. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Then you roll your. Ooh.
Right. So I was asking because you said something about 13.
Ow.
Fire damage 19. Ooh.
Nice.
All right. I have to remind myself how concentration works.
Yes, to roll DC 19.
I always forget that too.
Yeah.
It's not DC 19.
If I remember correctly, it is supposed to be when it comes to damage.
No, it's either DC 10 or half, whichever one.
I think it's DC 10, yeah.
So
Or
he
half,
only
whichever
rolled-
one's
so
higher.
it's still half. So he has to roll DC
Yeah.
10.
Alright.
That would suck.
Yeah, that would scale way too fast.
Yeah. Way too fast.
But we can still cross our fingers, right?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with crossing fingers. I personally think that crossing fingers has the magical effect of doing nothing but making you feel better, at least. So if I remember, DC is 10. Constitution saving throw. All right. They don't have an abundant constitution, but they succeed, and so the spell remains. I would say I would say as long as the square you are in has less than half of it covered, you are not in the area. So, Orgoth, you are not in the area of the spell anymore.
I'm safe. Orgoth will just look at the Lich and go, "You're mine, you freaky wizard."
All right. In which case, we move forward and onward to Scoop, who you were going to take an automatic 6.
Yeah, I've already subtracted it.
Okay, gotcha.
This area is difficult terrain, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, so I can't even get out of it easily.
What makes it difficult terrain?
That's what the spell does. It says it on there. It's difficult terrain.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. The void creates a warp of fabric of space, and the area is difficult terrain.
Mm-hmm. Nasty, nasty.
All right, so we'll do this. I'm gonna keep it simple. He's just gonna attack the person in front of him with his cutlass, so he can easily move after that.
All right. Let's go right ahead and lay down the law. 10 is not gonna. It's not gonna do it, unfortunately.
All right, we'll do one more with the dagger then.
21 will.
Aren't we attacking at disadvantage too in this? Are we blinded?
Doesn't say anything about blind.
No, it doesn't say anything. It's not darkness.
It's just spooky.
It's just spooky, exactly. All right.
Wow, those are some terrible rolls. He is then going. So this would be 10.
So that was 4.
It's only 1 damage. 1 from the dagger and 5 from the sneak attack.
1 from the dagger and 5 from the sneak attack. Got it.
Yep. Okay. Supposed to be 10. Why can't I move? Oh. It's 10, 20. That'd be 30, and then he's going to use his last 5 feet to move up here, because I
Sure.
can move 35 feet.
Yep.
That's my turn.
All right. In which case, we move it onward. Windveer, you were going to take an automatic 6.
Already subtracted it.
All right. No, I'm just, it's a reminder, as I say.
Yep. I'm gonna move using, because it's difficult terrain, I'm just gonna move here. Let me move. There we go.
Yep.
This thing has been lagging me to all hell. And I'm going to do is look at that. Look at him again. Look at the Lich again.
Mm-hmm.
Use a 3rd level Dissonant Whispers
On the Lich.
on the Lich.
All right. That is a wisdom saving throw.
Watch you fail. Oh yeah.
Probably.
Oh, that is a failure.
All right. Let's see the damage. The damage. Ow!
Ouchie.
Psychic.
All right, you do manage to deal damage to him, and you hear, "Ah! Keep your thoughts to yourself, meatbag."
I do it entirely in Infernal just with mess with him more.
All right, so you do that. Do you have anything else to your turn?
No. I am. Actually, no. I do. I can give 1 bardic inspiration, which I'm going to give it to Scoop.
All right, Scoop, with that bardic inspiration, you take out the little flute and you do.
Yep.
And since actually makes sense because Scoop is a satyr, so of course he, impulsively you see Scoop start his legs start moving a little bit, it's not exactly a pan flute, but. Anyways, is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn. Say, would he need to roll a concentration?
Oh yeah. Okay, so Constitution. Saving throw. Boops. That is a success. Sad success. Let me level this off here. Actually, there's supposed to be more. Okay. And all right, that should be your turn. We're moving it on to Roby, and Roby starts taking his 6, and then it's up to you what you wish to do this turn.
I took my 6. I imagine, because dang, I would like to move the spiritual weapon from the area in which it is, instead to the vicinity over here. Make an attack at that creature.
Which of the two?
The Lich.
All right. In which case, make your attack on the Lich.
All right. So, well, let me just do it like this. Quick attack. Yes, it will. Okay, cool. And I will. Do you allow the Bardic Inspiration to work for all parts of the? So like this attack, for example, since it's not Roby. I don't think I've ever had to do that before.
This is technically a spiritual weapon. I wonder what inspiration for spiritual weapon. Hey guys, playing blue, blah blah blah. Did you go our names? Maybe feel wholesome.
Why are you doing that?
I love it how you find
the craziest shit, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, Reddit people on Reddit ask a question, but then like people answer not actually giving the answer to the question.
Right.
Which is bizarre.
Yeah.
I would say that it transfers over. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. So I will then, in fact, use the D8 on that. And does a 16 hit?
That is going to hit.
So I'll roll the damage of 5 of force damage to the Lich.
All right. In which case, that is going to be another Constitution saving throw. That will be a failure, and that will.
Oh, dang it! That's good and bad. I was hoping it would hit his buddy. All right. So, and what I'd like to do is then use my action to bing bong the. Good question, right? I'd like to use my action to bing bong the skeleton.
All right.
Ooh,
Bing bong
fail.
away.
Well, potentially. I'm pretty sure an 8 fails.
Yeah, that's gonna fail.
But you still have the Bardic Inspiration.
No, I
No,
used it on
use
the
Oh.
spiritual weapon.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah. So, yeah. Okay, cool. So, I will, as I come up here, I will say, be careful, Zug. We have your back. Do not worry. And end my turn.
All right.
Zug will never die.
And we move it onward to Zug. And it is your turn to move forward and to attack.
Moves right in front of the big man's, and he will, for the first time, use his Eldritch Claw tattoo. You can see that tattoo that it is in his arm, actually his left arm. Quick retcon, because if it doesn't get nerfed, I might want some art for it. You can see as these clouds, these claws that are ripping through his skin, as made by design from Scoop, start to activate, and this eldritch energy starts to swirl around with the wind that he already summoned, and he will just grin, look at the guy, and throw haymakers.
All right.
Recklessly.
All right, in which case, throw down your haymakers, and let's see what happens.
18 to hit. First one.
18 is going to absolutely hit the armor class. I always forget. I always forget if it hits armor class, if that's a hit or a miss. I always forget that.
It's a hit.
Usually it's a hit.
All right. So in which case, he's going to react with a parry, increase his AC for that one blow. Feel free to roll another attack.
Fuck. Okay. Another haymaker. Recklessly. 27.
Oh my god. Yeah, go right ahead and roll that damage.
17 damage.
17 damage. All right. You deal pretty lethal, or not pretty lethal, but pretty damaging blow across the face of the large antler helmeted individual in front of you. So it was just those 2 attacks?
Yeah, because I already used my bonus action. Zug looks at him in the face.
Just wait till Zug goes. Zug has so much more.
And that's my turn.
Literally, as we move it on to their turn, Kaiser Zane is going to step forward, and you are pretty large. This individual is pretty much contesting your size, but he's gonna lean forward and stare directly at you with his glowing red eyes, and he's gonna say, "So do I."
Good.
And what he is going to do... Oh man, there's so many good options. He is going to lay down a staggering smite. And he is going to make his first attack upon you. Oh, that is gonna hit. Haha. So
yeah.
First he rolls.
Oh shit.
So that is a failure. Ooh,
Oh yeah.
buddy. So 46 psychic damage, huh? Pierces both body and mind. The attack deals an extra 46 psychic damage. Makes it wisdom save through a failed save. It has disadvantage on attack rolls and its ability checks and can't take reactions till the end of its next turn. So this is the initial damage plus 4d6 psychic. Now, of course, this is half because it's just, you know, a sword. But you get dealt a full 19, so that is 6 plus 19 is 25.
Ow.
Ouch is correct. So cast a spell, made an attack. Let's see. He has a bonus action here, doesn't he? No, the staggering smite is a bonus action. So I think. Oh, but that's one spell. Oh, and this person does not have cantrips? How dare you? That's
Thank
fine.
God.
However, Brinewood now has a selection of individuals who has been trying to lay down the law upon him, and he's going to bring things back to an even keel. And by that, I mean he is going to do some raising of dead. I need to find the spell. Where'd you go? Specifically, animate dead. All right, and as he animates dead, he is going to choose one of the Brotherhood of Ascension cultists, and he is going to raise it back as a zombie. Find zombie. There's zombie. Creatures under your control for 24 hours. Yeah, and he has a bonus action, so he's gonna do exactly that. He's gonna look at the zombie. He's gonna point to the party, and he's gonna say, "One word, kill." And this stumbling zombie is gonna move to the closest individual, and that's gonna be Roby. Gonna make a slam attack. 18. Does that hit?
No. But isn't there also a range on the animate dead?
Is there a range on the animate dead? Is it only 10 feet? Well,
And so basically, this was one of the cultists we killed, or were there other ones also on the ground?
One of the cultists that was killed.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I got 19 on my AC.
19 on your AC. Okay, so that is not successful. And that zombie is currently up. As a at-will ability. Oh no, cantrip. He's gonna do an Eldritch Blast. And he's gonna do that Eldritch Blast on you, because that apparently failed. 12 isn't gonna do anything. Failures. And then, of course, we have a cultist with a scimitar who deals 22 to you, which is successful, and that is going to be 6 damage to you, Roby. And then this other one that is badly injured and standing right next to Orgoth, going to make their slash attack. 13. I don't believe that hits.
Nope, it fails.
One skeleton that is standing right next to Windveer makes an attack.
That hits.
And that hits. Get a critical of 5 damage. All right. This Brotherhood of Ascension cult is going to move up and is going to attack. Let's see. High Orgoth, low Scoop. 9 misses, and that is going to make for their turns as we begin again with Orgoth.
All right. I'll hit the cultist in front of me with my dagger.
All right, go ahead and strike.
Ooh, that's bad.
That's not going to quite do it, unfortunately.
Oh, well, I'll try and move away, so opportunity attacks for both of the cultists, I guess.
Well, if you move there, it's only from one cultist because you're still getting
Right.
order to it. So that's going to be one attack of opportunity. Will fail. All right.
That's it for my turn.
All right. Moving forward, it is time for Scoop.
Okay. Probably want to get this necromancer down. So after Scoop kind of dodges over the first person that attacks, he's going to run sort of on the edge of this boat up here. Team hop on this box, and as he gets up here, You're gonna hear him say, "All right, it's time to start playing around. Playtime's over. No more Mr. Nice Guy." And for the first time, you're gonna see his tattoo activate.
Uh-huh.
And as he does, he's going to bonus action cast Hex on this guy as the
Oof.
tattoo glows and these purple strands begin to envelop this skeleton over here.
Okay. Could you hit the hex things just so I can see the block for it?
Yes.
Just reminding myself. Until the spell ends, deal an extra 1d6 necrotic to the target. All right. Disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen. Which ability are you choosing?
There's nothing that he is going to use, and I don't think strength is going to be it, but he's going to use wisdom just in case it matters for his perception.
Okay, and that is ability, not saving throw.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And he's going to leap off of this box and attack him, and as he does, his tattoo is going to envelop his blade, and he's going to cast a Booming Blade as he attacks him.
Get away from me!
Trust me, I don't want to be any more closer to you than I have to. Attack. I will use the Bardic Inspiration for that.
Oh. All right.
My rolls have been oh my god, my rolls have been terrible.
That is unfortunate. Do you happen to have any 1d4s or anything like that? We've had a dry spell recently in chat. We haven't gotten a lot of them as of late.
Please, he needs it.
Just cause I will use Scoop's lucky feature on this to reroll that attack. His one luck point he gets.
All right, there you go.
I will just make another attack. Nope, not my day.
Oh my god, it's the same.
Sometimes it bees like that, but that's my
It
turn.
do be like that.
Well,
Don't be doing numbers.
you are not incorrect. We will see what happens during the next round. Moving it forward to Winveer.
All right. So I'm gonna be smarter. Don't still have a ruler. Boom, boom. On the corner with there. All right. And I am going to stab that cultist right over there.
Yeah.
My handy dandy rapier. Wow, today's not my day either.
That's not. Oof. So we have 8.
And I'm gonna do as a bonus action. And I'm gonna use Healing Word 2nd level on Zuggy me boy.
Okay.
Zug don't need healing! Please heal, Zug.
You heal for 7.
Thank you.
This is the first in a while that you've gone down to badly injured. But what may happen next? We will have to find out. Is that the end of your turn, Winveer?
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Roby. Bobby. Banana nana phobie. He's still recoiling from my quip. That was terrible.
Well, I imagine like Roby is slightly okay. I am confused why you would bring the dead back rather than heal people. I do not like you, and his spiritual weapon will try again to attack the Lich. I was like, I've been sitting here like, what am I gonna do? Standard. Oh, it almost was a nat 20, you piece of doo-doo. 21 to hit.
21 to hit.
For 12
Ow.
points of damage.
For 12 points of
Worse.
damage.
Max damage.
It looks like Brinewood is not quite hanging in there.
Okay, so I picture like Roby kind of putting his shield in front of him and taking a step forward towards Zug in a protective manner. And his shield begins to like light up and give off this radiant glow as his god, in which he does not know at the moment, begins to turn undead.
Parika.
Yeah,
You
I know
know
what
which
it-
god, but the lore and the context is still to be gathered.
Yeah, Roby's still not sure. So I will use my channel divinity. I was saving it for the healing, but instead I'm going to do, as an action, you present your holy, my shield. And he basically, as he's walking up to Zug, he's just like, I wish these dead will just leave and leave us at bay. And they need to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw.
Who does?
All the undead.
All
So
the
basically-
undead.
Yeah.
So
If they're undead and they can see or hear within 30 feet of him, which is all of them, that's why I moved a little
Wisdom.
closer.
wisdom.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
All right. Well,
If it fails,
here's the skeleton.
oh come on, Lich, you better get a 6. 666. That's perfect for the undead.
Yeah, it is perfect.
If he does, I will burst in pure laughter.
It's technically not turning, is it?
Oh, is the Lich not considered undead?
Oh, you're that's what you're doing. You're turning undead.
Yeah, the channel divinity turn undead.
Oh, well, it's at this point, unfortunately, that I have to reveal something about Mr. Death Knight. That all undead creatures of its choice within 60 feet of it have advantage on saving throws against features that turn undead, which is fine. I'll just I'll roll to see if.
Yeah, you just have to re-roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, how does that look then? Because I assume like as they're beginning to fail, like they're beginning to shake and like they're gonna run away. What does he do to kind of bolster their?
He brings up his fist. He brings up his fist, clenches it, and oh, this is great because I actually have a lighting effect to go with it. As he crushes his fist, a pulse is sent out, and that pulse ends up sending out a vortex of necrotic energies which bolster all of the skeletons, or all of the undead. Now the skeleton fails again. The zombie doesn't have a whole lot. Oh yeah, it seems like the zombie fails. And then I have to roll twice for Brinewood. So that is, here's the first one. All right. Well, that would be
A failure. Fuck yes!
Nice.
Fuck yes! I was like,
They all
I wanted you to
failed,
tell
wow.
that cool story of like the Death Knight, because it makes sense. Like that's a cool way to announce his fucking power. Ugh,
yeah.
fast. So I imagine like I'm taking my shield and I'm kind of pressing it up against him as he's like punching this, and I'm like, you all must leave now. And that's the end of my turn.
All right. So you deal. I'm sorry, and I was looking at Ducky's message. How much damage does that deal?
So that all that does is on their turn, so on each of the undead's turn,
Uh-huh.
they only have one option they can do, and that's run the fuck away from me. So they cannot move
All right.
within 30 feet of me, and they have to use their action to dash away from me.
Gotcha. So, because these two failed, the turning.
Well, actually, they all three failed.
Well,
Even Brinewood failed.
They all three failed. So they're turned from you, but there's no damage.
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't damage them. It just causes the fear effect, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is what it's
yeah.
like a good thing and a bad thing, right?
As
I wanted to see them jump off the fucking thing.
Yeah, as was pointed out, typically under a certain CR, it instantly destroys them. But the Death Knight that is Kaiser Zane in particular.
It does what?
Because usually, if an undead at a certain level, starting at 5th level, it was mentioned, a CR of one half or lower, the creature is instantly destroyed.
Oh,
but
I'm only 4th level right now. Cleric.
What? No, you're 6th level.
No, he's
Wait, is it?
multi-classing.
Is it based on your class level or your character level?
That's class level. I forgot you're cleric and fighter. Are you?
Because I was like, I'm
You're
looking at my
cleric level
stats.
4 though. Yeah, you're not cleric level 5. Okay, got it. I understand now. All right, everybody out there, we learned something today about turn undead and paying attention to class levels. But anyways, yes. So they are going to flee. Does that mean they flee on this immediate turn?
No, on their turn.
On their turn. Gotcha.
Yeah.
They are shaking in their bones, literally. And I'm going to disable the super special effect that is this lighting. And is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right. It is now time for Zug. Zug. Orcmans.
Zug just assumes the most ominous JoJo pose he can, and you can see the elemental wind energy mixed with the eldritch energy just swirl around him, and just 4 torrents of just like condensed energy go 2 to each temple of the big mans.
All right.
So first
which
attack over here.
Temple strikes.
21 hit.
21. Let's see. It would hit. But he
Parry.
parries. Ching.
Okay. Second hit. 21 hit.
21 will hit. And it's good that these are magical strikes.
Oh yeah. 10 damage.
10 damage. All right.
Third hit.
27. Just bringing in the pain.
13 damage.
13 damage.
Fourth attack. 21 hit.
Man, bringing in the pain.
$16 damage.
Gotcha. So you basically see him go almost complete, complete anime character with his punches, and like they are blindingly fast strikes that are striking across the temple, up the chin, straight on to the nose.
I believe the kids call it going goblin mode.
Go. Is okay. Going goblin mode. What's goblin mode?
I don't know. That's just what the youth say on
That's what
on the Tic Tacs.
Going goblin mode.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if any youth understands what goblin mode is, please educate me. I am not a boomer, but I'm boomer adjacent. So, anyways, so is that going to be your turn, Zug?
Yes.
All right. As you lay down each of those strikes, you see Kaiser Zane stagger back and take a kneel for a moment, and then he looks back up at you. And he says, ooh, boomski boomski. Transmutation. Really? He's going to take his weapon and he is going to slash it out across, not hitting you, but he's going to do that. And then you're going to see this green energy pulsate into his weapon as he casts down elemental weapon. And he is going to leap up and he's going to come down at you with his longsword.
He has advantage, by the way.
He does, he does. Oh, no. Oh, dear. All right. Well, first, the versatile critical. That is a total of 12. Total of 12. But, of course...
I would like to use my reaction to impose my shield that I was pressing against him to so I have interception. When a creature you see hits a target other than you within 5 foot of you with an attack, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage taken by 1d10 plus 3.
Okay. All right. I'm feeling this. So 1d6 plus 3.
It's 1d10, so I'll click it in my features.
All right.
You gotta roll total damage first, though.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, it's.
You still have elemental weapons to go, right?
All right. So from the elemental weapon, okay, that's an added 4. So it's a 6 and a 4, pending any further.
Now, this is a good question, though, DM.
Yep.
I personally would think this starts before his half. So I take away some, and then whatever the rest of that is, then he takes half. Right? Or would you say that you're gonna say whatever he actually is taking, I take that away?
Whatever he's actually.
Got it.
Oh,
I just wanted to make sure.
Well, how does the stack work? This is like a Magic the Gathering kind of question. How does the stack work? So when a creature you can see hits a target. So I'm gonna say the hit takes place and the elemental hit takes place. The hit natively only does half because he is raging. So it is the half and the elemental damage, which is a total of 10. That's the hit.
So I can negate 13 points of that.
So you can just negate the damage.
Everything.
All right.
He just negated everything.
That's why I wanted to make sure, because I was like, dang, that's pretty beefy.
All right. So here's the scene. You have Kaiser Zane taking his weapon as it is dripping with acid elemental energy, and he leaps up and he decides to bring down the blade in a slaying stroke down on the head. But then Roby slips in and you do your interception. You literally is just like a palm up in the air with magical clerical energy. I mean, it's a fighting style, but let's style it to your clerical ability. It completely blows him back, and he tumbles back to his kneeling position. No damage dealt.
Somebody need it. Thank you.
As he stands back up, Brianwood looks over, and Brianwood is gonna say, Zane, I don't know how much we can take. We have to make sure that the dirigible hits its destination. And as he says that, He is going to he's going to do the best he can, and he's going to use his last level 3 spell slot to animate yet another undead.
Doesn't he have to run away?
Oh, he's got to run
Yikes.
away. Well, he's got to run away first. And he can't do animate undead because it's out of range. Okay, so he's got to go boop boop. Hey, Scoop, get an attack of opportunity.
Wait, the spiritual weapon get an attack of opportunity as well?
No,
Yes.
it can't.
It can.
At least as a DM, I don't. I'll do it if Matt gives it to me. Like from the fluff standpoint of how we play his spiritual weapon, it's just an extension of it.
16. Hey. Oh wait, what kind of hold on. What kind of weapon is it? Is it just a normal weapon?
Yeah, I don't have magical weapons.
Oh, it's not magical. All right, so he gets resistance against that, and that's not going to be enough.
Oh, I didn't roll damage yet.
You just rolled attack.
Oh yeah, blah. Sorry. Roll attack. Attack is successful. Roll the damage. Oh my goodness. Well, down to. Oof. All right.
Yeah.
What does this look like?
Resist that one.
So I guess as he tries to run away, Scoop is sounds so ridiculous. Scoop is actually in front of him, like when you go to push someone over and like your friend is like behind them. So as he runs, he trips over Scoop, and as he's like trying to get away, you see Scoop just stabbing him in the back.
All right. As Brinewood tries to slip away, you see Scoop with footwork and a well-placed dagger piercing the blade into the back of Brinewood. And as you do so, you hear an audible hush and then a sound shriek out from the center of Brinewood. And as pieces of him begin to dust away, you hear this voice on the air. No. I was only 3 days after retirement. No! As he dissipates into nothing but a pile of dust. And then you notice something else happen. As soon as that takes place, a tendril of magical connection that you didn't see before snaps. And you see this wisp of ghostly energy snap back at Kaiser Zane. And Kaiser shrieks out in pain as he is dealt 57 damage.
What the fuck?
And that, since they had a necrotic bond connecting each other. So that's going to be for his turn. The other undead creatures are also going to try to run away. Oh, Skelly. Time for Skelly Bones to try to run away. That's 2 attack of opportunities.
Not from me, because I did mine.
Okay, so that's from you, Winvir.
Question is, do I get an attack of opportunity while my range is 15 feet?
Oh shit!
You do.
Okay, so I Zug's arm is like rubber. He just whips him.
Well, hold on. Winvir was doing it first, right?
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah. 5.
Yeah. 5. What does that look like?
There's still another one.
As it's running, I'm just like, no, you don't. I just kind of do like a anime-esque where I just like spin around and just kind of slash it on the neck. doing like a little bit of a pose as running away as you see the head rolling on, like flying and then rolling onto the deck, turning into dust. Fell creatures.
Does the body, like cartoon-like, just keep going and fall off the side of the boat?
Turns to dust.
Turns to dust, but the dust dissipates and falls. Actually, no, this way. Falls behind the dirigible. And then finally we have a zombie that tries to stumble away. And 1, 2, now attack of opportunity there, Zug.
I'm finna whip him.
Whip away.
No, actually, Zug is still in his ominous position. Like, it looks like a beam of energy is going towards him, but it's just a heavy part.
All right.
Can I make reactions reckless? Let me take a look.
No,
Yeah.
I believe.
I think it's during your entire turn. If you reckless are ready, it continues until the beginning of your next turn, right?
I'm pretty sure it's just your turn. It says on there.
Yeah, I
During
can
your-
decide to attack reckless.
When you make your
recklessly.
first attack. Oh.
Yeah, so
Seems
I
like it-
can.
Yeah, a reaction wouldn't be on his turn.
During this turn. So not during the round, during the turn. But
Yeah.
does that mean.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
so do I get it or not?
Because here's the thing: if he attacked recklessly, and during that round he's now able to be attacked recklessly, so to speak, wouldn't it be fair that he's able to attack on a reaction recklessly?
When you make your first attack on melee weapon attack rolls, you're attacking using a reaction. It's an opportunity attack. It's an attack
And I
roll.
am technically
Yeah,
ranged.
yeah. Go
I
right
guess.
ahead.
Oh, okay. I think it's not ranged. It's just I'm not sure actually.
It is a reach. That's what that is.
20. Yeah, reach. 26 to hit.
All right, deal your damage.
14.
14. Not quite enough to bring it down, but that is still significant damage. Excellent. All right, so that is what it does, and I believe everybody went this turn. So, top of the order, back to Orgoth.
I think you missed.
Oh yeah, you're right.
the
I did
other
miss
two
them.
characters.
I got so caught up with the undead people. All right, 16. Does that hit?
Nope.
16 does not hit. Ooh. The other Brotherhood of Ascension cultist gonna try to strike. That's a 15, and 15 doesn't hit.
Nope. Because of the blade slinging, I would be at 19 AC.
Oof. Wow.
Wait.
This is what level 6 looks like, everyone.
Nope.
So now it is your turn.
Oh, dagger hit. Does 15 hit?
It does. Why did my voice mod shut down? Okay.
And I can do an extra attack with a cantrip too. So that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. So you do.
Shocking grasp.
Attack roll 7 didn't work. Your shocking grasp does hit.
No, my dagger was 15.
Oh, your dagger was 15. Yeah, 15.
Yeah,
is
the
good.
damage is 7 from the dagger.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
22.
I'm looking at so many numbers and so many things on my screen. I do apologize.
8 lightning damage.
8 lightning damage. What does this look like, my friend?
Well, he'll probably like go for the neck when he does his shocking grasp.
All right, so you take your hand and you point to his neck, and you see as the lightning bolts arc around his neck, and he begins jolting violently and choking at the same time until all of the life out of him is sapped away and he falls to the ground, dead.
This is wonderful. You look at the other one. You're next. And that's it for my turn.
All right, Scoop, you are on.
Scoop is going to kind of leap back on this box and lunge towards this big guy. As he's doing so, he's going to use his bonus action to move the hex to him as well.
All right. So he is now hexed. And what ability is it?
Strength.
Strength. Gotcha.
I can stay in the same spot as a spiritual weapon, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Because that's use a bonus action, he will attack with a booming blade as well.
Okay. Go ahead and lay down that booming blade.
If the attack hits. Nope.
That is not going to hit.
That's my turn.
All right. In which case, Winveer Pendragon.
All right, I'm gonna. Hopefully this time, I can actually hit this cultist. Come on, big salvia.
Big money salvia. There you go.
Nice.
Big boy roll.
Success.
Success. All right.
Haha, business.
Oh.
6 damage is not nothing. You're dealing this damage directly to Mr. Well, what does that look like, friend?
Oh, okay. I know this is not gonna matter in anything, but I still want to do this anyway. So is that with it? You just see him as he just does a quick thrust right into his throat, and as he falls, you see Winveer with his open hand, literally go into his shadow, and you see him like pick it up like water, collecting it through, ripping out from underneath it, as he kind of like crushes it, and you see the shadow run through and go into his. I'm using my ability, Mantle of Whispers.
Excellent. So, as this essence pours into him, he shudders violently, not able to withstand. And he begins to foam a little bit at the mouth. I mean, I don't want to be too graphic, but he dies. Boom, Dunskies.
All right, and I was gonna say is oh, never mind. Okay, never mind then. All right, I'm done.
All right. It is now Robot's turn.
Darn it. It's a good thing, like, I'd like to, move the spiritual weapon, from inside the insides of Scoop, and just move it over slightly, as you watch it kind of shake off like a dog as it comes out of him.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. And
they're doing the Kansas City shuffle there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it will. Wait, why can't I? Oh, sorry, I was on the wrong page. Boundary is super. Self-explanatory.
You're right. It is super.
No, it's super like
It's amazing.
self-explanatory, but I screw it up too much. Son of a biscuit eater. So it's like shaking off, and it tries to punch or flail at dude and fails. God, what do I want my action to be though? I would like to. Okay, looking at the playing field. I would like to continue pushing my shield into him. I'm trying to basically catch his attention, and I'm gonna put a hand on Zug's thigh, and this one is yours.
It's getting a little
And I
steamy
would like
here.
to cure.
Oof.
I'd like to cure wounds him. For 20 points of
Oof.
healing.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Life Cleric.
Oh my god.
So, as these attempts of attack upon Kaiser Zane take place, you see Kaiser is masterfully but frantically parrying each of them, and trying to keep his zone clear of any invading strikes and weapons. You could tell that this individual is not undead. This individual is a practiced and experienced combatant, an experienced combatant. Yes, I just said that.
Yeah.
As I
I'd like to.
Yep.
I would like to just, like, as that's doing that, just one little Roby quip. I recommend that you jump off now. Everyone else is dead and you are surrounded. You are next. Oops.
We will see what his response is after Zug.
Zug is on a JoJo pose ominous position, then the energy gets thicker and starts to swirl even more. He's super ominous. He crosses his arms. His chest is now like the Matrix, almost aligned with the ground. And he throws out 4 another torrents in each temple, screaming out,
Rodorada!
Ow. My ears.
sorry, I gotta go with the no JoJo references. Well,
Wow. No need to parry that.
Parry this, casual.
So 26 is too high to parry.
haha, get fucked. $11 damage.
11 damage. All right.
I assume that's a parry.
20. Oh, let's see. 23. That's not going to quite do it. No, wait. No, 23 does it. Yes. That is a
A
parry.
hit.
Nope,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
a parry.
okay.
Sorry. Math. $27.
20.
That's going to be a hit.
How many times have I hit so far? Hold
I mean,
let
you're
me see.
attacking recklessly.
16 damage.
16
Let me take a look
damage.
if I have any more. I 1 fail, 2 too high, 3 parry. Yeah, all 4. That's my turn. Yeah.
All right. That's your turn.
Yes.
Okay. Well, what's going to happen is the cultist right next to Orgoth is going to make its attempt at an attack. We're going to go with him first for reasons. That's going to be a failure. Zombie is, I believe, still frightened.
Yeah.
So is going to barrel this way and is going to start shambling and walking across the actual balloon part of the dirigible. And now it is time for Kaiser Zane. Kaiser Zane, looking about him and realizing that the battle is soon to be lost without something drastic, without something critical. So he decides to cast a Misty Step, sending him up here. And in the process of doing so, yeah, it's only 25. I can do 30. There you go. In the process of doing so, he is going to take his fist and raise it into the air, and you're going to see a red, pulsing bulb of energy begin to build up. And this red, pulsing bit of energy is fiery as it surrounds him. And it billows into this massive, hellish, black, fiery charge. And he casts it down. And what is the spreads around corners? 20-foot radius. Okay. That is going to be, if it's a radius, oh, it's going to hit everybody. All right. This is not, because this is a homebrewed version, this is not going to be the full damage as the description. So if you see the description, don't freak out. Oh,
I'm freaking out.
do not.
Yeah, you should be.
All right. He casts it right on where Zug is located. Right there.
So, I see him casting this, but do I see something forming below me? Because if I do, I have advantage because of danger sense.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that again?
So I see him casting it.
Uh-huh.
But do I see the actual thing like below my feet? Because if I can see it, I have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
It's an explosion. So if
it's instantaneous.
It's instantaneous, yeah.
I guess I don't see it, yeah.
Yeah. So a massive, it's not even like an explosion. It's like as if a star laid down, like struck right where Zug was sitting, and it expanded with black and reddish flames. And I'm going to need everyone, absolutely everyone, to make a dexterity saving throw. And you're going to want to roll the highest dexterity saving throw you can. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, we got Winveer and Scoop. And then we have Zug on the failure. Roby on the failure. Orgoth on the success. Okay.
What about the cultist?
And the cultist. Well, there's no way the cultist is going to survive.
Okay.
So there's no need to roll for that. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 d6.
All right.
25. If you got above an 18, that is instead going to be a 12. Anybody that got below an 18 gets hit with the full 25.
No, Zucky me boy. Zug boy me Bob.
I'm good. Roby almost healed me to full, so.
All right. Everybody done computing their damage?
Yep.
All right. There is a massive black spot right where the explosion took place. Through some of the cracks on the deck, you see this green, noxious gas begin to billow out. It's not enough to affect everybody, but you are reminded that you are indeed on a dirigible that is filled with noxious compounds. And as you look around you, you realize that you are now in the depths of the city, and you are closing in very soon on the Temple of Divinity, where this dirigible is set to collide. You have only 7 turns is more than enough. All right. I mean, you only have a few minutes after the battle base, or you only have like a minute and a half after the battle. So that is going to be his turn. Now, top of the order goes back to Orgoth. Oh,
Right.
yes, this guy's dead. Boom. Bye.
All right. Well, chromatic orb. Would be lightning damage.
That
Rolling
hits.
damages. That is going to be a successful strike. 27 lightning damage, my friend. Ooh.
Yep.
Not pretty bad. Pretty bad.
He'll shout, "We have to stop him!"
As you strike him with a chromatic orb of lightning, that entire course of lightning pulsates through his armor, and you see his eyes glow white and almost completely suffocate the red. And he bends over, and the red points behind his helmet are almost completely extinguished. Is that your turn?
Yep, that's it for my turn.
All right. Scoop, are you going to bring us home?
Bring you home, Scoop.
Here we go, stabbing again. Scoop is going to follow him. Yeah, he is going to run up to him and try to slash at his Achilles. Yeah, I like the Achilles.
All right, get a crit.
As long as it is a successful. Oh, 9 isn't going to do it, unfortunately.
Do have a bonus action dagger attack.
Dagger it. Dagger.
I don't think that's enough. My rolls
14
are
isn't going to
trash
be
today.
enough, unfortunately.
Yep, that's my turn.
Just for dramatic, cinematic sake, as you are making these attacks, he is able to just barely bend out of the way, and he's actually, I mean, it's not, I'm not counting as it's not like an automatic grapple, it's just for cinematic purposes. He takes out his gauntlet and he grabs your scimitar blade and he holds it in place. It's sort of his
That's mine.
last attempt to try to fend you off, and maybe hopefully he'll take somebody out before he goes down. And now it's Windveer's turn.
All right. I was going to say, Death Knight, wearing armor, correct?
Yes.
All right. I'm just going
do the
full.
thing.
I love how all you need to do is ask, wearing armor, right? And I'm like, oh, I know exactly what spell you're gonna use.
Yep. So I'm just going to look at him and just go, well, you ungrateful abomination. Have fun burning within the 9 hells, if you're lucky. And I'm going to cast Heat Metal onto him.
Oh,
See how much it does. Let's see how much it does. Come on, I'm doing it at 2nd level. 11.
11. What does this look like?
Yes. Like I said, I kind of like walk over him, just kind of like swaggerly, just brushing it off. It's like, oh, hope is fun burning within the 9 hells. If you're lucky. Do a snap. You just see as it burns up with the heat metal as it's burning inside of him. As he looks, you can just see like an infernal grin right behind him as he's struck within fear of realizing the man who burned him. So it's like an infernal grin, but also a celestial sorrow. Just to see his last mind just entirely shattered of his death.
Okay. So as you cast down heat metal, the gauntlet that has the scimitar of Scoop in hand, you notice that it starts from the knuckle, and then it moves to the fingers, and then to the whole hand, and then up his forearm, as the glowing red hot heat begins to consume the entirety of the armor. And you hear "Ah! Ah! Ah!" as he screams out. And as the entirety of his armor becomes red hot, he staggers back and back against the wall, trying his best to remain standing as he slumps. Literally, the space where he is leaning back against the wooden planks of the wall being marked black with the heat of the armor. And as he falls and collapses to the ground, Scoop, you're close enough. You can hear a sizzling inside of the armor, and it does not sound great, but it is still cathartic as you notice Kaisar Zane twitches and then stops moving, and that is when you see the glowing of his eyes extinguish, and Kaiser Zane is no more.
Scoop flicks the booger on him that he's been trying to get out this whole fight.
And also, for funnies, Zombie takes a trip.
On screen.
Wait. Can I do? Because I had an idea.
All right,
So-
if you have an idea, let's hear it.
Well, I imagine, because
You're the next person,
Windbeer's
and you're the
turn.
next person in the turn order. You may as well do it.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I imagine, because it was just about to be his turn, that the spiritual weapon, I just realized how I'm envisioning it is basically Peter Pan's shadow. That's basically how I envision his fucking spiritual weapon. Like flies over towards the zombie and like stops right in front of it and like comically like puts his hands up like whoa, stop, and then just like grabs him and falls with him. And then you just watch as like you see this like bits and bobble like fly back into Roby.
Ooh.
As I put another hand on Zug and cast Cure Wounds.
Downhill Zag! I'm almost dying.
Cast
Oh.
this last.
And with that, without a sound, the zombie disappears from your vision and plummets down to the ground. You only have 1 minute before this
Hey, Matt.
dirigible will reach its destination.
Question real quick. So we heard that they are going towards the Temple of Divinity, right?
That is correct.
Does the Temple of Divinity have some worship to Mogus?
The Temple Divinity has.
Or I guess
I had
Zug know?
to stop. I had to stop for a moment because I know exactly what's going through your brain right now. The Temple of Divinity. Listen, okay, but
As far as Zug knows.
all right. As far as Zuck knows, the Temple of Divinity has shrines throughout the entire temple for all of the major gods of Leonios. This includes Mogus, and this includes Iroas, and this includes Farika, and this includes Clothis once upon a time. Seri. All of the relevant gods. And the thing is that it is being that it is the Temple of Divinity, it is a very popular location where a lot of individuals over the past 3 months you've seen it before. There's a lot of people that go in and out of the Temple of Divinity. So mind you, it is much less about simply destroying one Iroha shrine and much more about killing a lot of people.
Huh, they're lucky there's smokiest man in there. I mean, bigger mans. Pardon me, bigger mans.
Zug is going to start to look for some device, because Zug is kind of stupid, so he doesn't know what a helmet is. So, by the way, can you change it to free movement?
Oh yes, I can. So that is the
I'm
end
gonna
of
look to something that can steer this thing.
Zug, leave that one to me.
Zug real strong.
Yes, but Zug might accidentally break it. Let's see.
Okay.
Yes, Winveer is going to try to find the helm. To which the steering is. Should be back here, correct?
yes, the helm is inside, but we don't need necessarily a physical representation of it, but it's inside.
All right. Yeah, Winveer, this one's like, all right. So in terms of opening, when it comes to the left or the right, which one's has more is more of the open area, and which one's closer to the city?
The left or to the right, which one is more open, which one is closer to the city?
Yeah.
The bulk of the city is on the I forgot how starboard and whatever. It's on if you're facing the direction that it's going, and that is down. Most of the city's on the right side. So
right.
This side is where less of the city is located. It is
right.
what you notice is when you go to the helm where the wheel is located, it appears to be driving itself through some magical means.
I'm gonna say. I look back at both Roby and Orgoth and I go, do any of you two have way to disable any type of magic?
I do not.
Well,
I
look at it.
am a healer.
Because right
And
now
I am-
There?
Well, and I am also tapped out. However, there should be a way, if you are inclined in the magical properties, to potentially control it. Have you tried investigating the mechanisms?
All
I was
right.
gonna say right now we don't have the time to do that.
That is correct. As time is passing, you are the seconds ticking down. I'd say you're about 4 rounds away, which is not a lot of time. So whatever you can. So at this point, whatever you can do, and I'm gonna halt it, and I'm gonna say actions will determine turns. So, are you going? So what is your move, Winveer, if you were at the helm?
Well, I did ask Orgoth. Did he answer he had a way to disable magic?
I mean, he doesn't have a spell for that, but
Doesn't have a spell? Shit, okay. Alright, so in this case, I'm gonna try to do is, see if I can at least be able to, because this thing's going down, I'm gonna see if I can be able to lift it up, Try to steer it to lift it up.
All right. So if you're going to try to steer it, you are going to be contesting yourself against the wheel's movement. So I'm going to need you to roll a strength check.
Shit, okay.
I thought you were strong.
I didn't know, okay.
Can we assist with these?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, if we're helping, you get advantage. Plus, I have guidance.
Because if you had the ask and the roll's already taken and time is of the essence, we're down to 3 turns.
I yell at Zug, get over here.
Ha! I knew Zug was needed.
Zug's going to first he's gonna look at Winvier.
What direction? Can you point up?
Up and left. As I'm assisting him trying to pull it up.
Point to left. Zug don't know what left is.
I point to the left using my left arm.
Okay, so Zug attempts to do just that.
All right. That is a strength check to contest the automatic driving of the magical wheel.
I am assisting him with it.
And
Advantage.
You were assisting, so yeah, advantage.
17.
So, this is a very stubborn magical wheel, and 17 is not gonna quite do it.
Or at least try to turn it leftwards.
You're contesting it. Doesn't allow you to steer it. However, your contesting it does let it drift lazily in a particular direction. That is to say, in the direction that you're attempting. So that was that turn. Now we got 2 turns left.
One more try. Come on, Zug.
Okay.
I'm gonna Bardic Inspiration him.
All right.
Does it help in ability checks?
Oh, where'd Roby go?
It disappeared.
I
Roby
didn't want to.
disappeared.
Yeah, I didn't want to cut off the moment, but I imagine, because when I asked about it, if we can assist, it sounded like it was a no. So then what Roby would have been doing is assuming like everyone down there is about to die. So he would go fucking Titanic-esque to the bow, thaumaturgy, and just start yelling, everyone move away.
Oh, there you go.
You will die. We cannot stop the boat. Run away. Danger. Kind of, that kind of vibe.
Okay, so at the same time that they're making their attempt, I want you to do you're doing thaumaturgy. You're trying to tell people to move away. I mean, they're pretty motivated. I'd say if you could do a persuasion at advantage.
Is Bardic Inspiration at D6 or D4?
His is an 8.
Is it D8? Okay.
13 is going to be enough where you're seeing it's slow going, but you're seeing there are some people that have heard and they're rushing and they're trying to run out of the way. Some people, some of the like clergy members and some of the more elderly are just kind of not really paying attention. And there are some people who are just kind of staring up, wide gaped open, mouth gaped open. 25. And to clarify, Roby, I wasn't saying that assistance wasn't a thing. It was that the roll happened, and then somebody said, and then it meant assistance was mentioned. And so, because this is a extremely time sensitive process, I was just kind of moving it forward. I wasn't ignoring your attempt to assist. I was just, anyways.
Yeah, no worries.
25. You are going to break the DC, and you are going to be able to push your might into the wheel and turn it, and it is going to turn wide. And you literally get to the point where on this last turn, the dirigible cuts just above one of the holy symbols that's on top of one of the steeples. It literally is just like a scraping at the bottom of the ship as you're passing. And as a matter of fact, I mean, for cinematic effect, it does dip down and manages to strike the roof of part of the Temple of the Divinity, and shingles start flying everywhere as you're, you know, tightly grasping this wheel and pulling up as much as you can. And luckily, as I bring us to the map of Seglesia, boop. Of course, everybody's token is all in their weird place, but this icon basically representing you, it manages to cross the very end of the roof, and because the way across is a sharp cliff decline, it soars over. And with you gaining control against this thing, I would say a 25. There's no need to like contest against it. It is rough going, but you're able to wrestle it to just manage to direct its flight pretty much in whatever direction you need. And the most, in this case, the most sensible option would be the river.
Oh yeah, let's go for that one.
And so it is, you know what? I want to make a critique about 5th edition.
Sure.
5th edition does not have a use device skill. The same way that certain previous editions used to have. Like 3rd edition had a use device. There isn't a native skill for vehicles, right? But it is a proficiency. There's that. To use certain vehicles like an air vehicle or land vehicle. I bet you don't have that proficiency. So you're going to be rolling as you are the person who's steering, but of course you do have somebody who's assisting you. Winvir, are you assisting him in trying to steer it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the disadvantage is negated. Just roll a d20 to see how soft you're able to bring this down on the river.
Oh,
That's a nice roll right there. Just amazing.
So boy. All right, so which means I got to make a roll for the I would not necessarily the constitution, but the durability of this ship. And it's going to be a plate D20. Okay. So it's 50-50. You both are struggling really, really hard against the arcane controlling of the wheel. And you decide to push it down to aim directly towards the river, but as it comes down to the river, it almost comes too deep or too steep of an angle. All the rest of you roll a dexterity saving throw, since you are no, it's not a saving throw. Roll a dex check.
I believe in everybody.
Is it everybody that's rolling?
That is everybody. That is you two know, because you guys are grasping the wheel.
Yeah.
So it has to do with the wheel, not with the boat itself.
The boat itself is tipped, but those two are grasping like their whole thing is grasping the wheel. So they're fastened directly to that wheel. So Roby and Orgoth, both of you are able to quickly grab, kind of, stumble and then grab onto something. Scoop, you find yourself sliding down towards the front, and as as this thing collides into the water, both of the dirigible balloons pop at the same time. And there is a massive splash, and the next thing you know, Scoop, you are underwater in the river. And there is a large crush of wood that is basically that rumbles through the entire ship, but it's able to flatten out. However, all of you notice that as soon as it strikes the river, it begins sinking and taking on water pretty quickly. Since Scoop is already in the water, go ahead and roll an athletics check to swim to shore. Oh no. A 1 isn't going to be very good. The current of the river is pulling you down, unfortunately. The rest of you, really the only thing that you can do is bail. And so the rest of you are going to, because you're not starting from the river, you guys are going to jump off. The shore is not very far, so the rest of you athletics at advantage. But of course, anybody who is above a 15 passive perception is going to notice that Scoop is getting carried downriver.
Oh, so close.
What's everybody's passive perception?
That's 14.
14? Oh my god. Uh-oh. Adventures on the high seas of a river. Okay. Well, in which case,
Just out of curiosity, would I have got advantage on that perception check, being that I was literally focusing outwards of the boat?
In your particular case, what you grabbed onto was like what is that? The thing at the very front. I forgot what it's called.
Oh man, I don't know.
You grab onto it and you end up you're staring down into the water and you see Scoop just kind of float away. Or yeah, you could roll at advantage, in other words. Or you can roll actively, that is to say, not passively.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, just roll normal.
All right, you can pinpoint exactly not just where he is, but you can get a perfect gauge of the tide of this part of the river and where he's going to end up. So if you decide to dive in after him, you're gonna get advantage.
Yeah, so the gist of what I'd say is happening, like I'm sitting here hanging on and I look down and I see Scoop getting rushed into the water, and I still have thaumaturgy turned on, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. We know he's a satyr, right?
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like throwing that. I was like, the satyr is in the water. I'm going in. We will need help. I'm not sure if I could swim, and I just try.
All right, so Scoop, your Constitution modifier is +2, which means 1 plus your Constitution modifier. You are underwater. You were underwater for. Oh, that was one turn to your fail. So you got 2 more turns before you drop to 0 hit points from suffocating. Windveer, why are you wrong?
Oh,
you're rolling. Yeah, you're rolling just to get onto the shore. Gotcha.
Zug, hearing what Roby said, can he jump from the ship and go after Scoop?
Now, you are going to notice what Roby said, but you're also going to notice that Winveer is having trouble. Roby seems to be focused on Scoop. You're noticing that Winveer is having trouble, though. So you have a choice there. Orgoth is able to get to shore. Of course.
Yeah, I'll help Invader since Roby's already on the case.
Okay. So you are going to you're going to be rolling in So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be aiding Winveer's next attempt. So he is going to get another advantage at athletics.
But I should roll my own athletics to see if I can make out to show or not.
Well, you should, just in general.
Yeah.
Your ability to swim first.
Is that everybody's advantage, right?
For that first, anybody who is jumping off the ship for that first roll, yes. So you are rolling at advantage.
All right.
So you're at advantage. You are swimming just fine, and you are now able to aid Winveer on his next turn. And Winveer, what's your constitution?
My constitution's 12.
So, you're not really able to hold your breath, unfortunately. That was your 1. Your constitution modifier is 0, or is it 1?
No, it's +1. It's a 12.
It's +1. Okay, yeah. So you will roll 1 advantage, and hopefully, if you succeed, then you and Zug, if you succeed, then you're able to get to the shore. If not, you're gonna fall at 0.
All right, come on. Help me. Help
That's
me.
Net 20.
18. Thank
That's good.
Christ.
All right, so that means both Zug and Winveer are able to get to shore. However, we have to come back to Roby. Roby, you know exactly where Scoop is going. How do you intend to rectify the situation? You are still at the tip of the ship. That's one of the last parts to kind of go down. So you are able to stand on a solid surface for long enough above water, if that matters to a certain ability or spell or whatever.
Nah, bro. I mean, if I can grab him, I'm grabbing him. If I can't grab him, I'm diving in. Like if I can grab him while on a platform, I'm gonna try to grab him while on platform. If I can't, like if he's too far away, Roby's going to dive in to try to swim out to get him.
All right, so you're able to skirt the rim of the ship. That is enough to get you about ankle, like almost about knee deep in water, but it's enough for you to balance and then try to reach out and grab Scoop. So go ahead and try to grab him. That is going to be. I mean, we're doing a bunch of that. That's technically not a strength check. That is an attack.
So like an unarmed attack?
Yeah, like an unarmed attack.
Okay.
Okay. So not quite. Scoop, you only rolled once, correct?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry. You have advantage, Roby. So go ahead and roll your attack again.
I believe in you, Roby.
Net 20.
Oof.
Oh my.
The water's rushing.
That's how it goes. Roby, do your next athletics roll.
All right. And that's to do what? Like,
I'm sorry,
stay on?
Scoop, do your next athletics roll.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Not like this.
So basically, yikes bikes. Hey, Roby, you're gonna jump in after him?
Yeah, I mean, if I'd imagine like if I'm like trying to grab at him and then the water's rushing and pushing him away, once he's out of range to try to grab while I'm on safely, Roby's first instinct is literally in his logic. It is built in to protect all human life or all life. So he's going to jump in after. And if I'm correct, I don't have to breathe, so I can't suffocate, right?
You can't suffocate. You cannot suffocate because you don't have to breathe. That is correct. So you can do Oh man, you can do athletics till the cow because the cows come home then. But it's whatever it is before he reaches 0, right? So what that means is you could jump in. It's not dangerous to you, but you will still need to try to swim. So please do an athletics check.
Look at that. This water's hard.
All right. So this means that, Scoop, you're doing your final athletics check here by yourself. Let's cross fingers. Ooh. Well, you made the 10, so... Boy, you were not rolling super well. I was like, you better not roll under 10. Oh my god. Okay, so you're barely able to get to shore, and you're literally on the edge of shore, just breathing heavily. Probably coughing up a bit of water. As you turn around, you notice that the remains of the dirigible are sinking into the river. And Roby, you are just sort of... Eventually, you're going to get to shore, Roby, but you're going to end up just walking, because you got a 1, you're going to end up walking along the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to take some time before you get back out. So, with that said... That is the end of my airship kamikaze puzzle. You all passed it. So, congratulations, everyone, which means we get to bring it back to the main part of the subject. You have completed this quest, which means when you get back, there is a treasure hoard to be had. But of course, because you are all sitting at the edge of the river, please express to me what your remaining thoughts are as you are sitting there with your drenched clothes after that whole ordeal.
One second. Pressy. At least.
What's going on over there?
He's out of breath. Remember, he doesn't have that high of a constitution.
Okay, yeah. So Zug is obviously with you. He's just kind of, probably patting you on the back, trying to get the water out of your lungs.
No, Zug is just standing there by his side. He's just like,
Zach don't know how we got in the airship. Zach don't know what was going on, but Zach, it was fun. Yeah, we should do that again.
Orgoff will just go, no more flying. Oh, that was terrible. Let's stick to land.
I like swimming.
Scoop is actually
Swimming's
there.
cool.
Scoop.
Yes.
As you are lying there at the edge, just at the edge of your consciousness, because of how close of a call that was, you are lying there and you hear your ears ringing from the amount of exertion that you had to put in to get out, to pull yourself out of that. You only just squeaked out with an 11. And as you are lying there, you believe somewhere in the backdrop of your mind, you believe you're hearing a voice. And you believe that there is a somewhat of a burning sensation located where your tattoo is. And this voice, it's very faint, and you might not even remember it by the time you completely come to. But the voice says something to the effect of, Scoop. Scoop. Can you hear me? Are you there?
I guess do I actually get to respond, or this is like as I'm unconscious and I'm just hearing this?
You can respond, but very briefly, because it doesn't last very long.
Leave me alone. I'm dying right now. Call me back later.
Scoop.
What?
It's me. I can see you.
Who are you? Who is me? Get out of my head.
It's... And it dissipates from there.
This is why I don't like to drink seawater. Mess with your head.
And at that moment, I wouldn't say you pass out in the way that you would go to 0 hit points. You would pass out in the way that you're just fed up and you're just like, oh, you know. But from that point, everybody is able to come to and bind themselves back together and make their trek towards their ultimate location, which is going to be Ahi Waggletops. And that is going to be right here. And, I may as well get everybody's token there just so that we can represent everybody. And of course, what am I missing?
I don't know who you're missing.
Zug. Where's Zug? There's Zug. Stand by. I just want to make sure I got some halfway decent music playing. Where are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, with the music. Usually it doesn't take this long for me to find the music. To do 16.
I imagine like Roby coming up last. Everyone's like on the shore doing their thing, and then Roby just starts walking out of the water all Swamp Thing-esque with like algae and shit covering him. He's just like peeling it off.
As soon as Ahi sees you, she's all of a sudden she's like, I don't take it as a good sign.
We have good news and bad news.
Okay. I see the bad news. What's the good news?
We saved the whole city.
She looks at you kind of puzzled. Like, what exactly were they up to with that thing?
Long story short, my dear friend, basically, Death Cult came in, had chemicals, tried to kill everybody by attacking the Temple of Divinity. We stopped them. You're welcome. Give the payment.
You lucky there's Moga Shrine in Temple of Divinity.
Wait, you said Death Cult.
Give me a second. As you see it, it's like, as you see him just kind of look down onto his shadows. And then with it, you just see him pop up as one of the cultists of the Ascension.
She is like, oh, it's those guys.
And with it, I actually learn a little bit about them because I get some of their memories. At least enough to pass it.
You get some of their memories? What? Hold on a second.
Yeah, Mantle of Whispers.
Mantle of Whispers, that's right. Yeah, okay. So, she's like, oh, it's those guys. Yeah, they're a handful. I'm not a fan of them, but they used to be a lot worse when the Death Curse was a thing. Nowadays, they don't really have much of a cause except for trying to kill as many people as possible. A lost cause, ultimately.
Nice.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Except they're not doing it to sacrifice to anybody in particular. Not really. Not at this point.
That's just a waste then.
I mean, I figured you would see it in some way like that, potentially. So, anyways, I don't think there's any reason for me to, split hairs here. You've essentially done a good thing for the community and the city at large. So, I mean, it's a shame I lost at the dirigible, but I'm not going to really count that against you.
You did not lose it. It is at the bottom of the ocean. It is retrievable if you would like.
She scratches behind her ear and she says, well, I could certainly retrieve it. And, I'd get it back in working order soon enough. I probably have to order in a lot more, I'll have to order in some lumber. I'm not really, you see, as craftful as I am, I'm not a woodworker, so I need to get one of the local. Let's see. Oh, maybe Jerry can do it. Okay. Well, anyways, brass tacks. Let's get you appropriately hooked up with your reward. And so what I'm doing in the midst right now is, ooh, that is not too bad. It's not too shabby at all. 5. So it's 1 per each person. Every individual gets 250 gold pieces.
Nice.
On top of that, I'm doing a little bit of a mishmash to see. I'm rolling this just for the sake of rolling it. 2, 4, 2. Oh. Hold on a moment. What I mean to do is. Okay, so that's 90. So that's 40 and 50. There are magic items that are being presented to you. We just need to figure out what those magic items are. Between a couple of tables here.
Right.
Ooh,
You can actually see Zug taking the money this time, but being very sneaky about it. He just takes the money and stays silent.
Zug wants more tattoos.
Yeah.
Scoop
Um,
Scoop wants to slide ahead, put the money back in her pocket.
And Roby hands his portion to Winveer. I do not need this. You should be able to utilize it as we need. You are now the leader.
Thank you. All right. Starts counting it as well.
Oh my goodness. Hold on a moment. Hold the phone.
What we got?
So
what we
one
got?
thing, so you got 2 magic items out of the mix. Pretty decent magic items. One of them is I gotta roll for the kind of weapon this is. So sword, rapier, axe,
Knuckle
spear,
duster.
or hold on a sec.
Rapier.
Come on, rapier. So if I'm looking at just the list of weapons, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Feel free to continue talking to each other while I'm throwing this together.
Well,
Not preferable.
Well, luckily, I'm able to save the city. I'll be able to tell others. Well, at least have someone tell the others. And mind you, he still is the cultist, so it's even funnier with it.
Right. So, yes, one of the items is a dragon slaying scimitar.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So, essentially, that is you gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage roll. So it's a +1 weapon, magic weapon. And then also it has, when you hit a dragon with this weapon, the dragon takes an extra 3d6 damage of the weapon's type. For the purpose of this weapon, dragon refers to any creature with the dragon type, including dragon turtles and wyverns. So that is one weapon, or that is one item that you gain. The other one is pretty nuts. This is what is known as the instrument of the bards. It's a wondrous item. It is a Cly lyre. Now,
what
I
does that
don't know
do?
if I'm stabbing myself in the gut by offering this up, but hey, we'll find out. What this is a masterwork magic lyre. They're superior in every way. Bards wielding the Cly lyre have their charming abilities amplified. Like all instruments of the bards, these lyres have the capability of storing spells. A bard playing Cly lyre could invoke the spells Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, Protection from Good and Evil, Stone Shape, Wall of Fire, and Wind Wall. What the fuck? Really? Until the instrument is recharged, the magic is done. Lesser versions of Cly lyres, okay. So that is what it does. It is, you have an instrument that has those spells stored in it. You can use each of them once a day. That's pretty cool. So essentially, each of them once a day.
Oh my god.
Once a day, though. So it is like basically, when you think about it mechanically, whoever is using it, I mean, it doesn't need to be
Wingfear.
Yeah, it's be Windveer, right? If Windveer is using it, he essentially gains 1 charge of each of those spells that he can cast just once a day. And it's not long rest. It's once a day. So yeah, those are the 2 magic items. I would say scimitars are definitely the flavor of scoop. So getting a Dragon Slayer scimitar might be a good scoop weapon. I think, remember that Orgoth got the one-handed axe?
Mm-hmm.
Or not the one-handed axe, the +1 axe,
Battle
Raven
axe.
Edge. Yep.
Yeah.
So everybody technically has a magic weapon at this point. So that's pretty tight. So at this point, Ahi is going to be like, well, I I hope you're all happy with your reward. Hey, Roby, I got something I want to share with you. It's up to you if we want to do this in private or if we want to do it, in front of your friends. Roby.
Carter.
As you've noticed that Roby
I'm
is
sitting here
powered
talking.
down. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I said I forgot to mute it because I was drinking. I do not know how to answer that, as I do not know what you would like to tell.
Well, it's about something I found out about your, and she sort of points to like parts of her arms, and like she's trying to signal to you that found out about your make.
So like with my passive insight, I assume she's
Yes.
kind of like, she thinks it's private information.
She is trying to, you can interpret that. Otherwise, you can interpret that she's trying to respect your desire for privacy, if that's something you want.
Yeah, he don't have emotions. He don't have that. But I feel like he understands humanoids, and he's getting that kind of vibe enough to go. I believe that we can do this in private.
And she kind of beckons you over. She looks to each of you and says, "Hey, I have some combat dummies over there." And she goes to the wall and she presses a button. It's like they're special combat dummies. And you see like two automatons step out, and they both pick up like sort of dummy swords, and they on guard. So basically, you guys get to play around with some of the toys while they talk.
While this is going on, I'm going to start attuning to the lyre.
All right. So Ahi brings you kind of into an alcove. The thing is that her lab is pretty open. So she looks over to Roby and she says, "I'm containing my excitement about this. I kept some basic schematic information about your make and model, and from a lot of the drawings that I wrote down, I decided to go to the SEGLESIA, the oldest place I know where there's information like this. There's usually two places. One is the Arcanist Inquisition headquarters, but as you can see, that place can't be accessed right now. The other place is there's a very old archive that is it's in the underbelly of the Temple of Divinity. So, well, at least that place is still accessible. So, good job on that. But I saw certain renditions, drawings of Warforged models from, back a couple years ago. The thing is that Warforges, almost none of the Warforges here are, they're not originally crafted. They're mostly reassembled from older parts, and the reason for this is because, at least what I understand on this continent, the Warforged were originally built, they were originally built for war making purposes, and there hasn't been a proper war for a while. There have been some minor wars. There have been plenty of models out there that were made, for many different campaigns. It's extremely rare to find something that goes back to the original design of the Warforged when they were first created, your components match that of the Warforged that were built during the Dragon Wars. You're a prime model, which means I have to guess if you have any information that's, you know, partially still in your databanks, if any of it is revivable or retrievable, gosh, it would go all the way back to when King Godfrey rose to power. And even earlier than that. You might even have memories of fighting dragons. And this worries me a little bit, because if that's true, if all of this is completely true, then chances are, if any of the information that you have that's in bits and pieces in your corrupted memory, if any bit of it can be retrieved, that's valuable information. And I could think of, if not only just a few people who, if they ever found out, and she trails off.
So, like, as she's saying that, you know, he's intended, being very attentive. And when she mentions the comment, you know, of it being worth money, that people might want it, he's being very attentive to her body language and stuff.
And she's, yeah, she sort of trails off, and she's sort of thinking to herself, you know, we had a conversation earlier about your original owner, or not, maybe not your original owner, but the earliest one that you could possibly remember. Or I'm a retcon that. Actually, I don't think you ever shared that information with Ahi. I don't think you ever shared that information with Ahi. You just asked, I remember watching the VOD, and you just asked, like, can she see your memories? And she said no. Retcon, she's basically like, has she's just generally curious then. So she's like, have you how has the recovery been?
I believe that it is still in progress. I am curious. You say that there may be people out there who would believe that the information that could be found would be useful, but for what uses?
She kind of shifts her eyes a little bit. She's like, well, I mean, if I had to guess, probably the less intelligent of the more greedy and less intelligent would say probably for monetary purposes, if they knew you were a prime model. If anybody knew that for sure, they probably would be poaching for you. But I don't want to speculate about what data you might still have in there, because there were a lot of events from that time, from the Dragon Wars. Lots of secrets. And I don't want to give you too much information from what I understand, because I am not privy to. She says this in sort of like a I have secrets too sort of way. And that's and she goes on to say, you might not want that data falling into the wrong hands.
So again, and the reason I'm saying he's being attentive to her body language, he's probing her to see stuff. So
sure, roll a insight check, because there's a very close knit conversation happening between you and Ahi, and it all has to, and it's gonna determine like how much of that nonverbal part of the communication is getting through.
Yeah, and how do you play into the 17 passive he has?
Passives, passives don't reveal typically. They're more notifications, like something is up. An active is what would actually reveal information. Yeah. 16. So when she, by her body language, and you don't know, you can't remember a whole bunch about the matters of SEGLESIA necessarily, but because you succeeded your insight check, I'm going to also have you roll a history check.
I believe in you, Roby.
Okay, see your history check too. Pretty good. So as you're having this conversation, and this is you coming back online and getting all of this new information. This is stuff that is really, connecting the dots and new pieces of information. This is a moment where you, in a glimpse, find yourself in that void again, with data, light bits floating past you. And some of those pieces are coming back together, and you recover more information about the forces of power here in the city. You have some of it was described, but now in more context, you understand them. You have a better understanding of who the Vanguard are. You have a better understanding of who the Crown's Guard are, of some of the other factions, like the other factions that are not political. And it occurs to you that there has been more. This is more than a money-making opportunity to like figure out your prime model. There are particular sources of power, particular items, artifacts that exist in this world that these different groups of power, in order to better wage war, in order to better gain dominance, have been actively seeking, and they've been seeking for generations. Some of these, over time, have been found. Interesting that part of that recovery of information allows you to recall that there was about a year ago, there was a circumstance where a group of adventurers here in SEGLESIA attended a masquerade ball with the intent of heisting what was known as an orb of dragonkind. And in the midst of an invasion of dark fae and other conspiratorial events that happened that night, some of them involving the Crown's Guard, and you're not even sure why you have this information, but you have it. that this group of adventurers managed to steal the Orb of Dragonkind, and it is no longer in the possession of the king. Out of character, I'm referring to the events of Shadows over Seglesia. But in character, you hold this as an example. This is an example of an item that these forces have been vying over. And if you have memories from that far back, and if they have relational memory to dragons, then those may be bits and pieces of a long... They may be valuable bits and pieces of a long investigation of where some of the more powerful items are still hiding. So, if somebody finds out that you might have that information, if any of that information is recoverable, these forces will tear apart the entire city to find you, basically. This is a big if, but based upon your coming online with this information, you get a strong hunch that that is the case, because there are bits of data that are hanging off of your periphery that you can't seem to click into. But that's the most likely case that you can put together.
Yeah. So with that information, he basically looks at Ahi. I am unsure what bits of my memories will come back and will not. Maybe we can spend time in between adventures to discuss some things that you recall from the tales of the land, and I can see what connects and what makes sense.
Agreed. It goes without saying, we never had this conversation.
But we just had the conversation.
She squints very hard at you. I know you have more nonverbal intelligence in there than you're letting on.
So he's like looking at her, her demeanor. I believe I understand. And he just like pivots and turns and leaves the room.
And that is the result of that conversation. So at this point, how have the rest of you been faring against the robot dummies?
Zug in my head is just smashing them as strongly as possible.
She walks in, she's like, "Oh, good, you broke them already."
Yeah, really weak man. Make stronger man so can have a challenge.
That wraps pretty much everything up. I'll do my work to get the dirigible out of the river. But thank you again for doing what you could, and I hope what I gave you will suffice. And just let me know if you need any more assistance with tinkering, and I will let you know if another dirigible gets stolen.
Oh, by the way, do be careful with it, because I believe there's a lot of harmful chemicals still in the dirigible.
And exploding man.
I don't think Explodey Man's all that much, just more harmful chemicals that might cause problems. Just telling you ahead of time with that one.
Boom, boom.
Well, maybe not ideal, but I think this will be a job for the Clockwork Bludgeoner to pull that thing out as soon as we can, so that it doesn't leak into the well water. Okay, well, thanks for letting me know, and I'll get right on it.
All right, thank you. As you see, it just kind of like fades out as he's still tuning with the lyre. Just say, I'm enjoying this one a little bit more.
While she was in there with Roby, Scoop would have put her gold back. If there was like something that he could have put it in, whatever it is of hers, he would have gave it back to her.
Okay, gotcha. So you find a receptacle, kind of a brass receptacle. Let's just kind of put it back in and figure that she'll find it later.
Yep.
All right. So as you head down, she kind of salutes and waves goodbye. And going back to, I think actually, because we're really right at 10 o'clock, this is the perfect time to wrap up the session. So that, my friends, was Tales of SEGLESIA, episode 21, Fragments of Destiny. Thankfully, you were not blown to smithereens. And I want to thank every single one of y'all for peeking in at tonight's session. Once again, this is Black Man Inc. playing as Scoop.
I didn't die.
You did not die. You did survive. This is Ambrose playing as Zug.
Reckless attack!
Dr. Squiggums playing as Winveer.
10 hoof picks.
Picks. Phoenix V playing as Orgoth.
We made it.
And Larpstrong Carter playing as Roby.
Do not forget, Scoop, I was inside you once.
Balls.
That's great. All right, so in which case we're going to wrap things up. I'm gonna change the program a little bit because I'm so used to just kind of wrapping up the stream, but I think I'm going to switch it back to just chatting. And then do an active raid afterwards. So, at the very least, it's been a pleasure and a privilege, and I, Chaotic Writer, will see y'all in the next episode. And everybody, say goodbye to chat, and chat, say goodbye to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
All right, all right. So, going mute. So, we had a fantastic session this evening. Plenty of great hits, great moments. The thing is that when I run combat, I usually have to do it. A little bit in a blow-by-blow style because combat is a very mechanic-heavy application when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. But there's so much cinematic role-playing to take place. It's kind of as the adage goes for instance, if you're writing something, if you're writing a fight scene, the number one rule is to make sure that whatever happens during that fight scene, it pushes the story forward. If it has to do something to reveal if it does something to reveal something prominent about a character's fighting ability, or if it has to reveal something about a character as they're fighting, there's so much juice, there's so much character to come out during a battle. So if you execute a battle pretty well, you know how to role play those hits, how to make those hits stand out, then you could have a pretty compelling battle scene. So since we are at the end of tonight's game and end of tonight's stream, I'm actually, instead of forgetting and then doing it after the fact, I'm going to actually remember this time and consistently from now on, remember to do the right thing and support this Twitch community that we are all so passionate about and all deeply part of. So I'm going to take a quick look at the available roster of Twitch channels within the Dungeons and Dragons space, and we're going to find out very quickly who is a proper representative. Now, if you are in chat, this is critical. I'm gonna need you to stick around for at least 3 to 5 more minutes. I'm gonna need you to stick around because we are doing a raid, which means we are wielding the energy that is deep inside the warrior that is inside ourselves, and we are bearing that sword, bearing that shield, casting magic missile, and going in heavy and with a vengeance. So we have a number of different selections. There's a lot of individuals running different one shots. Let's find somebody that is pretty much on equivalent viewer count. Let's say between 10 and it's about 10 is pretty accurate number. So we got some people playing Descent into Avernus. We got any of these individuals that I recall or remember. Indigo Chameleon is playing The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Poetry in Motion. Ah. Tight. Let me say hello here. Let me make sure that I can get the proper individuals to respond in kind so that we can make it worthwhile for us and them. In the meantime, I do sincerely appreciate everybody peeking out. It is confirmed, friends, Romans, countrymen. We are going to be raiding Indigo Chameleon. They are running The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And let us show them the love. Let us band together as a band of warriors, of magicians, of veterans in this Dungeons and Dragons realm on Twitch. And let us go forward. It is time to raid, my friends. Chameleon. We have T-minus 6 seconds. Everybody get ready because we're going to go in heavy. Let's do this. Everybody remember to follow, hit that follow button on their stream. Hit that follow button on this stream too. But show as much love as is possible. And we are raiding right now.
That's fun.
Oh no, they just got here.
Oh no.
Our table.
It just ended.
Kyrick and Ryder. Welcome.
Oh, buddies.
Do we have extra poems?
You know what's funny? I do. I have one that I didn't use. Hold on, let me find it real quick.
Cancel that raid and we'll do that and then I'll re-raid.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. Oh no, Raiders, please don't judge me.
I mean, to be fair, Minnie B did redeem a Mocat's poetry corner earlier in the game.
What? I didn't even see. No, I will rectify that and do something special for. Oh my god! There's two of them. Okay, well, Raiders, I make poems based off of things. If you guys want to give me like a D&D monster or something, maybe that'd be fun. I can write a poem about it in 5 minutes or less. That's what I'm trying to do. I will read this one real